guys, so today I'm so excited to share with you a review and a giveaway of a couple of different products from Compass Classroom. They reached out to me about a month ago and asked if I would like to partner with them for this, and I am very excited to bring this to you. So they sent me a couple of different DVDs. This is Word Up, it's a vocabulary DVD, and this is Homeschool Made Simple, which was an awesome resource as well. So I will start with Word Up, and if you are interested in the giveaway, stay tuned to the end and I will tell you how to enter. So this DVD, Word Up, is a 10-lesson DVD. I believe it's 10 video lessons. They're about 15 to 18 minutes long each. Each video lesson goes through 2 Latin or Greek root words. So there's a total of 20 Latin and Greek words that they go through, and then it's done in a very fun way. It's very sarcastic, so your kids definitely need to be old enough to pick up on some of that humor. That's something that I noticed. And even just the very first lesson, I was like, oh, this is very sarcastic, but it was so well done. And so it hops around through the different Latin and Greek words, and all the different words that come from that root word. For example, the lesson number 1 is aqua and hydra. So in aqua, they go through 10 different words that start with that root word aqua. So there's aquamarine, aqueduct, aquifer, and it goes through all that. And then hydra is the second part of that first lesson. The DVD goes through the different words and their meanings and where it comes from. And then they give you a website on here, and I will show you the website in just a second, where the kids can go and practice what they've learned here. So there's games on there, virtual flashcards, and there's also a coordinating app for your phone and for Android, iPhone and Android, that go along with it. This was very interactive. I really enjoyed it. I think the lessons are the perfect length. I think any longer would be too much information that they're taking in. Any shorter, it would move way too quickly. It was very visual, so they were just, the scene behind the man who's talking to the students in the video changes, so they're getting these visual connections as well as the auditory explanations of why these words, so it connects, I think, for most students, as well as the opportunity to go online and either play games or do flashcard or memory drills on their website. So I think this would be great for most kids. It says it's suggested for ages 10 and up, and I chose this as one of the options to review just because my daughter's almost 8, and usually when something says 10 and up, you kind of think, I don't know if it's just me, I think, oh, we'll try it and see. It's definitely 10 and up. It was way over her head, but I believe that when she's about 9 or 10, it would be perfect for her. So even for me, though, I was like struggling a little bit at the beginning with the online tests. I'm like, oh, maybe I got those words mixed up. So that was really fun. So anyway, I will show you now what it looks like when you go on their website and do the interactive activities on there. Okay, so once you're on the Compass Classroom website here, you go down and you choose your lesson. So I'm just going to choose lesson 1, and I'm going to choose the first part, which was aqua. Each episode has a couple of different words. So the first episode did aqua and hydra. So I'll choose aqua. And then there's a few different options. So under study, there's flashcards, which is just online flashcards. There's learn, which is like a pre-test sort of a thing. There's spell, which is the kids can type what they hear. Then there's test. When they're doing learn, there is an I don't know button, and then when you're doing test, there is no I don't know button. And then there's a couple of different games. So there's match, and then there's gravity. And I will show you match. You just drag the words to their definitions. I'll show you that. And then for gravity, you type in, so there's a couple of different options. You can either type in the answer they'll let the definition float down. You can type in the answer. It's like a setup as if they're in outer space and they're trying to save, the planet from asteroids. Or you can let the definition drop down and you type in the word. So there's easy, medium, and hard, and that I believe relates to the speed. So I will show you what the easy one looks like. When you get it right, it just destroys the asteroid. When you get it wrong, it brings up the correct answer and has you type it in. So I will show you what it looks like to get it right and wrong. So at the end of this DVD, once they've gone through all the lessons, they will have a new vocabulary of over 200 new English words. So that is awesome. Next is Homeschool Made Simple. And when I was reading the description on this DVD, I thought that sounds very similar to Charlotte Mason. So this is why I wanted to review this and take a peek at this, because we do a Charlotte Mason inspired homeschool here at our house, as most of you are familiar. But you know, sometimes you can always use more input on simplifying your homeschool and just some new advice, especially if somebody's willing to make a whole DVD on it. So I thought maybe I'd learn something different than what I've learned from all the Charlotte Mason stuff that I've looked at, and I did. So this was super neat because she even says in her video that she is Charlotte Mason inspired. And so if you're like me and you're kind of new to Charlotte Mason and you're reading all this stuff and you're just like, oh my gosh, how am I supposed to study nature and composers and poets and da-da-da-da? She connects it with modern day curriculum and gives you actual curriculum suggestions, gives you an idea of day-to-day learning, what it really looks like in 2017 now. So this was a huge, this was a gem of a find for me because she literally gives you like names of different math curriculums as well as just ideas for how to create this simplified culture in your homeschool. I think this would be great for anybody who's in their beginning stages of homeschooling and really wants to start off on this journey of not just buying tons and tons of curriculum. So this was a really, really cool resource. A few of the things that she talked about in there, I did take notes because I watched all of the lessons and I didn't want to forget things. So in the beginning she says that this will help you learn how to build a curriculum using a Bible, a library card, and a math book. And so that is what she said. When she said that, I was like, that sounds very similar to Charlotte Mason. She talks a lot about child development, boys versus girls, and how they learn and why they learn differently, and just, you know, in general, not necessarily the specifics of each of your homes, because those are, of course, always going to be different. I know one of my kids doesn't quite fit that mold, but still, it was very helpful. And then she talks about creating an environment versus learning reading, writing, and arithmetic at 2 and 3 years old, which is so common amongst homeschoolers nowadays, and just public schools and everything. It's all like preschool as early as you can. So she talks about how to create that environment of learning even for those younger ages without being necessarily reading, writing, and arithmetic at 2 years old. She has 2 different specific sources of inspiration. That's Dr. Moore, which she mentioned that he talks a lot about giving kids a childhood and delaying the academics, and then Charlotte Mason, which was very teaching them through literature and classic books, living books. And then there are 7 different workshops that you watch on this DVD. So that is, the titles of those are Children and Reading, Choosing Books, Building Character in Children, Math, Writing, Science, Art, and Music. That was probably my favorite section just because those are the subjects that are more difficult to kind of figure out if you're trying to do a Charlotte Mason or simplified homeschool. Bible and a Typical Day, Children and Media, and Teaching History Using Literature. So these were all very helpful, very practical, not such abstract thoughts. They're very, you know, well, you can do this and then you can use this curriculum and this is a great resource, and so that was very helpful. We talked about concrete versus abstract tools for math for younger ages, measuring tapes and scales and manipulatives, some good ideas for how to use those, and then, you know, great curriculums for when you need to get into those more abstract number problems and word problems and things like that versus these concrete, you know, this way is that, and here's how you use money with little kids and how to teach them. That was awesome. Her suggestion for handwriting curriculum was something that I hopped on right away. I looked it up online, I ordered it. You will be seeing that soon. That was very interesting to me, something I had never heard of before. And she talked about making children naturalists before you make them scientists. We're familiar with Charlotte Mason. That is a recurring theme through anything that you're doing with Charlotte Mason type of curriculum. But because that was written ages ago, sometimes you just wonder, how is that possible nowadays? Or like for me, I live in Florida and I'm like, my kids can't go outside at noon and stay outside all day because they'll be toast from the sun. So she gave different ideas for nature study. I really appreciated that. And then it was, you know, knowing art and music without having to perform it, and she gave great resources for how to do all of that. So this was great. Like I said, if you are new to homeschooling or you are interested in Charlotte Mason, but everything just seems so old-timey and you don't know how to implement that in a modern world, this is an amazing resource for that. I highly recommend everybody, you know, at least go online. There are a couple of free lesson downloads from this on Compass Classroom's website. I will link that below if you're interested in checking this out. So I loved, loved, loved this resource. Anyway, so if you're interested in the giveaway for either of these, the Rafflecopter is listed below. There are two separate giveaways, one for the Word Up curriculum and one for the Homeschooling Made Simple DVD. Those are both listed in the description box below. You can enter both of them, and they are going on for 1 week. So I will contact the winner of each of those and have Compass Classroom send you your prize. Anyway, if you are interested in checking out their website, I highly recommend just going there and exploring a bunch of different free resources, blogs. They also have a curriculum or a DVD series called Modern Parables, I believe it is. That looks really interesting to me. I think that's the next thing I'm going to go ahead and take a peek at on their website. I think you can stream it instead of buying the DVDs. Anyway, so thank you to Compass Classroom for reaching out to me, and thank you for hosting this giveaway, and I will talk to you guys later. Bye.